Rockets target Tel Aviv after Gaza tower destroyed. Palestinian militants say they fired 130 missiles at the Israeli city of Tel Aviv after an Israel airstrike felled a tower block in the Gaza Strip. The 13-story building was attacked an hour and a half after residents and local people were warned to evacuate, Reuters news agency reports. Israel's military says it's targeting militants in Gaza in response to earlier rocket attacks. At least 31 people have died in some of the worst violence in years. The international community has urged both sides to end the escalation, which follows days of unrest in Jerusalem. Militants had already fired hundreds of rockets towards Jerusalem and other areas. 3 people have been killed in Israel areas, while at least 28 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli airstrikes. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said earlier that the main militant group Hamas had crossed a red line by firing rockets towards Jerusalem for the first time in years. Hamas, which controls Gaza, says it has been acting to defend Jerusalem Al-Aqsa Mosque from Israel aggression and terrorism after the site, which is holy to Muslims and Jews, saw clashes between Israeli police and Palestinians on Monday that left hundreds injured. The past few days have seen the worst violence in Jerusalem since 2017. It followed mounting Palestinian anger over the threatened eviction of families from their homes in occupied East Jerusalem by Jewish settlers. Tension had already been stoked by a month of altercations between protesters and police in predominantly Arab part of the city. So what do we know of the latest fighting? Hamas said it has launched rockets at Tel Aviv and its suburbs in response to enemies targeting of residential towers. Video footage from the city shows rockets streaking through the night sky, some exploding as they are hit by Israeli interceptor missiles. A 50-year-old woman was killed by a rocket in Rishon LeZion near Tel Aviv, Israel officials said. In the Tel Aviv suburb of Holon, a rocket hit an empty bus. Israel police spokesperson Mike Rosenfeld told AFP News a girl of 5 and 2 women, 150 and 130, were injured in the town. In Tel Aviv itself, pedestrians ran for shelter and diners streamed out of restaurants while others flattened themselves on pavements as the sirens sounded, according to Reuters. Ben Gurion Airport briefly halted flights and an energy pipeline between the cities of Eilat and Ascalon was hit. The rocket was launched after the destruction of the Hanadi Tower in Gaza, which houses an office used by the political leadership of Hamas. Hours after the collapse, there were still no reports of casualties. There are reports that a second high-rise building was also destroyed by the Israelis after a warning to evacuate. Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz said the Israel strikes were just the beginning. Terror organizations have been hit hard and will continue to be hit because of the decision to hit Israel, he said. We will return peace and quiet for the long term. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh said the group was ready if Israel chose to escalate. If Israel wants to escalate, we are ready for it, and if it wants to stop, we are also ready, he said in a televised address. There is a new balance of force. The UN Security Council will meet privately on Wednesday to discuss the conflict, diplomats said. Thank you.